Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back. We're just going to go ahead and jump right into the transactions. As you can see, there is $899 of uncategorized spending. We're going to start with the venture card because that's where the majority of this is. And as you can see, it's the very first transaction here for a vet visit for my cat, Bastion, whose final bill came up to $819.90. He started throwing up after eating. He would try to eat and then immediately would come back up. My first thought was constipation. He had it before a while back and he hasn't had it since, but that's kind of what my first thought was. So I called around trying to find vets. Of course, this happens the month after the vet discount has expired, but that's okay. It expired because I really wasn't a fan of the vet. So let's see, this goes here. So it's okay. I had to look around trying to find a vet that would take him the day that I was calling around. I called several, none of them had anything open. I tried a vet hospital that was roughly 30 minutes away. We did used to have an emergency vet nearby, like maybe 15 minutes, but they moved like 45, 50 minutes away. I do not understand that. We now have no emergency vet close by, but we did have the vet hospital that had an opening. So I was able to get him in. They did tests. Of course, they did x-rays to see if there was anything else underlying, and they did blood work as well, just to be on the safe side. So I said, yes, do it, whatever, go ahead. I just want him to be better. They also had to calm him down a little bit because he was swiping at them, at the vet techs and everything, because he was not happy. He doesn't like being in the car, and I had to drive him 30 minutes away. That alone makes him very antsy. And I did not have time to give him anything to like help him calm. So I had no time for it. I was just calling vets left and right, and I left in the middle of work. I just quickly said like, hey, I need to go real quickly. I'll be back as soon as I can. So that happened. He had gastroenteritis, so an inflamed stomach, and he was very constipated. So he ended up getting a shot for the stomach inflammation and an anti-nausea shot. And then I got more anti-nausea pills to take home, Miralax to take home for him, and probiotics. So that's what we went home with. Oh, they also cut his nails, his claws back, which was a surprise to me. I didn't ask them to. They just did that, and I didn't see a charge for that on the bill. So thank you. I guess that's fine. He doesn't scratch or anything unnecessarily. You know, if you toy a lot with a cat, they're gonna get annoyed and they're gonna like swipe at you, so you might get caught. But he does climb a lot on me because he wants to be cuddled. He's a cuddle cat when he wants it. So yeah, it's been great not having nails digging into me since then. They're already growing in, so I'll have to figure out a way to keep them short. But yeah, that's kind of what happened. The other thing that they did find was his kidneys are misshapen, and there was something in the blood work. I'm not 100% sure now what it was. I'd have to refer back to it. More than likely, I wouldn't understand what it says anyway. But he is not quite there yet, but he is not that far from possible kidney disease. Kidney disease has 4 stages in cats. I don't know if it's the same in humans. I have no idea. It's not something that our family has dealt with. But kidney disease was what took Snow from us. If anybody has been here from the beginning, I had a Snow category in the loan section because we did have to say goodbye to Snow. He was in a kidney failure at the end, and there really wasn't much to do, and it was not fair for us to keep trying when he just wasn't. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. So he's not at stage 1 yet or anything like that, but it's looking like he might also get that. So I'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. I've already done my fair share of crying in the bathroom, and now I'm just ready to move on and enjoy my time with the baby for as long as he lets me. Um, so yes, that happened. That was a day. He's been doing good. He has not thrown up since. He is eating, keeping it down, and he has been going to the bathroom pretty regularly again. So just keeping up with his stuff and making sure that that everything's just going good with him. Okay, and I did actually already pay this off. I'm gonna record payment. I'm gonna go ahead and add that payment in. I paid that off yesterday. Oh, hold up. Did it already record the payment? Oh, I know why it's doing 13, because that's technically the only thing that I have available to pay because I haven't moved things around. But that's okay. We'll do that when we get to it. But I have already paid this down. That will go away. That will go away. So let's go back to our regularly scheduled program here for Capital One. So with the vet bill, I do have a deductible with the pet insurance that we have, which is through Nationwide, which is about $250. And then whatever remains, qualified expenses, I would get a reimbursement on. So I think the qualified expense ended up being 500 and something dollars. So I get 70% back, which is this 377. So it works. It was so easy. It was a lot easier than I thought. I just uploaded the itemized bill. They took care of figuring out what was qualified and not, and just brief description of the visit and, how it went and what diagnoses were worked on and stuff. And yeah, so I got $377 back, which is great because then I had to go in for my procedure. All of these are good. So I'm going to approve. Okay. And then, oh, the income, I like to move it over to the new month. That's what I was looking for. And this interest actually goes into ready to assign. Okay, perfect. And we should be good there. Sweet. High yield savings, we had $7.27 of interest. Looking good. For sun check for the car, I paid $350 to the car. Suspect down to $50. Let's go back to venture. So for this one, this is actually cleared in the bank. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it cleared. And I am going to reconcile because we are at 0 currently. And then I'm going to add 2. So today I decided, oh yeah, it wasn't today. To get some food because I have been so hungry because yesterday I had 2 procedures done. I had an endoscopy and I had a colonoscopy. First time ever in my life that I was put to sleep to do some sort of procedure. That was an interesting experience, I have to say. My appointment was at 2. I didn't actually get back into the rooms until almost 4. Not quite 4, but I think it was a little bit past 3:30, I believe. Did the IV, made sure they had all the consent that they needed to do whatever they needed to do. What do I title this one? Sure, why not? Medical procedure, my shiny teeth. And it was a lot less than I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be much closer, if not over $1,000, but it wasn't. So, yay, I guess. When I finally got back, wheeled it back into the, I guess, the operating room, the procedure room, I don't know. It was weird. I've never been in that type of room before, so I was just looking around like, whoa. It was very empty, like very open. But not, I guess not empty, it was just very open. But then once they wheeled me in and they put the bed in the middle, like I was surrounded by a couple of machines and things like that. And then, they situated me and they put the thing for the nose. I forgot what it's called. And then they said, breathe deep. And I was like, okay. And the only thing I remember is breathing in deep twice. The first time I breathed in my head, I don't think I said it out loud. I can't be sure right now, but in my head, I was like, oh. And then I breathed in a second time. I remember that. And then after that, the next thing I know is I'm being woken up. That is so weird of an experience. But yeah, so that happened. Uh, Essentially, they're trying to figure out why my anemia is not getting better, and in fact, is going down the other way. Instead of going up and getting better and giving nice numbers, the numbers are actually dropping. Even though I've been taking 65 milligrams, which is just over the counter. And recently, I've been taking 325 milligrams 3 times a week. So I had much higher dosage prescription from my GI doctor. And he said, because looking back at the numbers, because they have been trending down, we want to make sure that there's nothing that's maybe, hemorrhaging out inside without being noticeable. And I said, okay, I want to figure out what it is. So they did that. We did that. And I was definitely nervous because, again, I've never been under anesthesia for anything before. So I didn't know what to expect. Um, but yeah, no, I had a bit of a cough yesterday. I think my throat is still a little bit like scritchy, scratchy. I'm not sure. It feels fine now, like the cough is gone, but I don't know. I think I sound a little bit weird. I'm not sure though. Um, but they did find a small hernia, and that's all I know. That's all I know. The doctor just came in, like, say, "Oh, we found this," and we'll talk about it at our follow up. I don't have a follow up appointment, so I'm gonna have to call and see, like, hey, when is my follow up? Nobody ever told me. Nobody gave me any paperwork. So, but yes, that can, if it's you know hemorrhaging, it can cause the anemia to be what it is. But we'll just have to figure out how to fix it and stuff, and or what to do and how to manage it. I don't think it's big enough for surgery, but it's there. So they didn't find anything else. They did biopsy some things that they saw and just send it up just to test it. Hopefully nothing comes back worse. Um, but yeah, that's what's been going on so far. With me and my cat. So there's a small little health report for the both of us. All right, so for Sapphire, we then didn't have the payment. So that should be, oh, why do I have a overage of $65.11? Let's see. Something is not right. Oh, this is for air for the tires because I had to top off my air. So there's that. All right. I'll hold off on reconciling this. I think I need to take care of the overspend first before it makes sense because something's just not adding up and my transactions are correct. So we'll work from there. Okay. Let's see. These are all good. Yep. I did cancel one of the streaming services. Yay. One of them is canceled. I'm keeping two so far. So that'll probably be a little bit of another overspend there. There is a second one that I'm probably going to cancel. I don't know if it's going to be this month, possibly next month. And then I'll just keep one on rotation for right now. But everything else is good here, and I'll hold off on that one as well. For the car, we did have some interest, and I believe it was $7. Let me just double check. Yeah, $7.99. And save. So we're at $3,500. Okay. And that should be good to go for right now. So let's go back to October. Oish, we have five overspends. Let's go ahead and deal with this real quickly here. So this I was actually going to take from the health category. We could pay this one with ready to assign. Same with this one. And then time out. And then all of this is just going to go into this category right here. Yep. That's where that's going to go. Okay. So let's go into November. So we have some extra money in November, mostly because of the refund, I'm pretty sure, which came being capital one. Yeah, 11.3. So this 377.28 is going to go directly in here. Okay, I already forgot how much it was. 377.28. And so I'm only under by $46. That is amazing. That is great how it worked out. I didn't even have to dip into the savings. I'm so glad I got that pet insurance earlier this year. I am so happy I got that. That's awesome. Okay. I've already done the car, which was $350. So we'll do that. Let's go ahead and actually clear this anyway, so we have it ready for when I have to do my payment. Still hasn't cleared in the bank account, so as soon as it does, I'll go ahead and pay it. I'm under by 109. Let's just clear this real quickly here. Okay. All right. That's a lot that I've already overspent, that I've already spent on this month, and this month literally just started. So this 161, this was, what was this? Oh, I'm making a lot of noises because I don't remember what it was. Let me check October real quickly. Let me take a look at these. This one's wrong. I mean, not that it matters, technically. But it should actually be Stray Kids. They came out with a new album. That's why. Let's take it from timeout. There we go. Okay. And then this actually has too much money now. Now it makes sense. Okay. I was wondering because I knew I hadn't put the full 161. This is part 2 of the merch for the series that I watched. It's not the it's not the fan con, it's not the fan concert. That my boyfriend has agreed to get it for me as a birthday present. I will have to spend the money myself though because my credit cards, because it's in baht, my credit cards don't charge for conversion from USD to baht. His do because he doesn't have that. So I told him just send me the money and then, you know, I'll buy it with mine and that way you don't have to pay a conversion fee or whatever. I'll probably buy ahead of time just because I'm like, I don't want to miss out and I'm afraid that for some reason it's going to sell out even though it's a live stream. It's available for anyone who wants to buy it. It's not like it's a seat, but like I don't want to miss it. So I'm probably going to buy it sometime soon. And then he'll send me the money whenever he has it. But yes, that's that. Let's take a look at check number 1 here. The monthly fees. Let's edit this to, what was it last month? 111. Let's edit to 111. Just to be on the safe side here. And then oops, I think I did that wrong. There we go. Okay. And then we do have, oh, the majority of it gets paid towards the second half. So I think I can go ahead and do a half fund for this. And then the vet insurance. Then for my cat, I actually used what I had last month to purchase some stuff for him. Groceries, let's have the whole amount. Household. Let's do another 10 there. And then for the half fund, we pretty much already funded half of the gas, and I'm still pretty good on that. How much would all of this be? Yeah, we'll do the low half for any of that. And that does look good for right now. So 563.42. That leaves me $92. So let's see what else I can fund right now. Let's fund that. And let's just fund up to 60 on that. Let's go ahead and snooze this one. Since I just want 60, I don't want to keep adding to it right now. And then $20 left. Let's go ahead and put that to the vet fund. And let's keep that going. I left $90 in there, even though technically I probably used everything that I had in there, but that's okay. He has been sneezing lately, So I think I'm going to call the vet hotline that the vet insurance has available and see if I can maybe save a couple of bucks by going through them, because he's really just been sneezing. He's still eating. He's still drinking water. He's still going to the bathroom, no problem. It's just the sneezing. So I want to try to nip that in the butt as soon as possible before it gets any worse and before I have to go back to the vet for something else. I'd rather just not push my luck with that. So that's gonna be probably tomorrow that I'll go ahead and call and try to get that sorted. Hopefully it's something they can help with and they don't tell me to take him to the vet, because he doesn't want to do it again and I don't want to do it again. Okay, let's take a look at these and see if I can reconcile them now. Yes, good. And this one, yeah, that actually does look good, because I do have that 65 in there as well. And then freedom. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Not too bad. I already have the preliminary plan for category changes for upcoming 2026. Category changes, as well as targets, target updates, and things like that. A estimate on how much I want to save for next year, which is going to be a lot more than $4,000. I think definitely the car loan will be done within the first 4 months next year. So that's going to free up quite a decent chunk to be able to just bombard the emergency fund with. So hopefully that will get me to my new goal that I have set for myself, and a couple of other things. A couple of other things that are coming as well. All right. That is all I have for today. Thank you, as always, for watching and listening. And yeah, all right. Have a wonderful day, everyone.